Most people don't fail to own a home because they are poor. They fail because they lack the fear. If you don't tell your money where to go, it will go. The greatest enemy of progress. Hello everyone, and welcome to this live session of the CEO Perspective Podcast. I am your host, Samuel Mogris Edegagba. And today I want to have a real, honest, and possibly life-changing conversation about something that affects all of us: home ownership. Now listen, this isn't a motivational talk with empty hype. This is practical, grounded, and very personal to me. You see, most times I have seen too many people spend their whole life renting, struggling, and never truly building legacy. And this is not because they couldn't afford to buy a home, but because they weren't given the right mindset or tools. So if you have ever wondered, why haven't I owned a home? Is it even possible for me to buy a property in this economy? How can I start even if I don't have much? And if this sounds like you, then this session is for you. Let's dive into it straight away. Why most people never own a home. It's still very surprising to me to know that people misunderstood Robert Kiyosaki's financial principles of liability. Now, think of it this way: land, property, they appreciate rapidly in many African countries. Countries like Nigeria, Lagos, Accra, Ghana, and Nairobi. Real estate is one of the fastest appreciating assets. Even if it doesn't generate income, it stores value and often beats inflation. So let's think about social and economic stability. Have you ever considered that your home in Africa gives you economic protection, and you don't face sudden rent hikes or eviction? For many families, it could be their first step of breaking out of poverty. So owning a house in Africa isn't the problem. I know right now you'll be thinking, what is this guy talking about? What is this saying? Relax. Let me walk you through some common reasons people never own homes. And I want you to see if truly it makes sense and how you can break free from that mindset limitations, from thinking there is a problem to thinking how you can solve the problem. So let's start off by talking about the reason number one. Hey guys, I hope you guys are hearing me. I hope you guys are getting what I am saying and you are getting value for what I have started talking about, and you are ready with your pen, your paper, you're ready to take notes, you're ready to learn, and you're ready to grow. Are you guys, are you getting me already? The people in the Zoom section, are you guys hearing me? Please write in the comment section. I want to know you're following so that I don't talk and not passing information. Oh, okay. The people in the Zoom, they are following. That's fine. Okay. So on Facebook, if you're hearing me, please let me get a comment from you to know that you're following. Please, can you hear me? Okay, now let's kick off. Reason number one, lack of financial planning. Now, I used to tell people that if you don't tell your money where to go, it will go anywhere. If you don't tell your money where to go, it will go anywhere. Now, let me explain. You see, during my days of little beginning, when I started off earning money for myself, I was working with zero financial direction, no budget. I don't have, I don't save with intentions, not even a roadmap for long term goals like buying land or building a home. You see, most income I was generating at that time goes towards survival, lifestyle upgrades, social pressures, and sometimes even supporting extended families without ever prioritizing ownership. But you see, this changed my mind, and I want you to pay attention to it. You can't own what you don't prepare for. You can't build what you haven't budgeted for. I'll take it again so that you get it more clearly. You don't own what you don't prepare for. You don't build what you haven't budgeted for. Let me give you an example so that you understand the scenario much better. Imagine someone earning 200,000 naira or 2,000 Ghana cedis monthly. This person may say that they can't afford to buy a land because they don't earn much. But over 5 years, they would have paid over 3 million naira or 30,000 Ghana cedis in rent. If they had saved 20,000 naira to 200 Ghana cedis monthly, they could have bought land and started building. But because they don't understand this financial discipline or may not want to embark on such a financial stressful goal, they won't consider saving to build. So, of course, lack of financial planning is one of the biggest problem why a lot of people cannot own a home. So let's go to number two. I hope you guys are following. I hope you guys are getting and understanding what I'm saying. If you're understanding me, please write in the comment section that I am getting you, or give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're following. Write on the comment section and say, I am following you. I want to make sure that you are getting value for your time this evening. Okay? All right. Okay. Now, let's continue. Reason number two, waiting for the perfect time or the dream house. Waiting for the perfect time or the dream house. Listen to me carefully. I more time tell my employees that the greatest enemy of progress is perfection. Yes, perfection is the greatest enemy of progress. You see, a lot of people delay owning property because they think it has to be in a prime location or be a fancy, fully completed house. This mindset keeps them stuck in rent for years while prices keeps going up. They overlook the power of starting small, growing and growing from there. People want to live their dream. Almost immediately they start dreaming it. They do not understand that when you start small, you give room for growth. People wants to wait for years to buy land in Lekki because it must be in Lekki. They want to buy land in Spintex, East Legon, because it has to be in these places. But they've forgotten that people who bought lands and houses in Mowe, in Oyarifa, in Ho, have gotten over 300% appreciation in 5 years. Are you getting it already? They want to own a property in a posh area when they know too well that they cannot afford it at that time. Instead of them to go into the rural area, go into a developing community, they want to buy a property because they've decided that this is the place they want to get, forgetting that the price of property doesn't depreciate, it appreciates. I hope you are getting me. Come on. If you're getting and understanding what I'm saying, please type value on the comment section. I want to know you are getting me. I am so much ready for this interactive class today. Yes, it is a master class. I want to be sure that you are getting me. I want to be very sure that you are getting what I am saying. Okay. Now, let's go to reason number 3, right? Reason number 3 is the fear of responsibility and long-term commitment. The fear of responsibility and long-term commitment. You see, people fear owning because they fear growing. People are scared of what would become of them when they grow. Many people are not prepared for their growth, yet they want to grow. Am I making sense? Am I making sense to you at all? If I'm making sense, tell me that you are making sense. So let me know that, yes, I'm making sense. People fear owning because they fear growing. Some fear that buying or building a home is a burden, that it comes with maintenance, tax, or commitment they are not ready for. Others are scared of long-term process, especially with mortgage or phased building. I mean, building stage by stage. In building each phases one after the other. But what they don't realize is that the price of renting for life is far higher than the cost of owning and maintenance. When you ask most people, why don't you want to own a land? They'll tell you, building a house. They'll tell you, building a house is too much of a responsibility. But they forgot that renting is much more higher than owning a home. I want you to put this down. Renting may feel flexible, but it silently draining your potentials. Ownership is responsibility. Yes, that I can assure you. But it's also a security and control. If you didn't get that, let me say it again. Renting may feel flexible, but it's silently draining your potentials. Owning, on the other side, is a responsibility. Yes, it is. But it is also scarcity, security, and control. Security and control. For example, people may avoid land purchase because it sounds stressful. They don't want to go into buying the land because they don't want to run from lands commission to the court to make sure that this property is free from injection or injunction. They don't want to go to lands commission to make sure that the land is free. They don't want to do their due diligence. They are scared. But what if during your cause of being scared, you face eviction from your landlord? Maybe because he wants to renovate or sell the house. Now, how would you feel? You see the stress you didn't want to go through, you go through it times two by going back to house hunting. So you see, of course, the fear of responsibility and long-term commitment is a major problem. A major problem. So let's go to the reason number 4. Okay, reason number 4. Now, the lack of knowledge about the process. Earlier on, I said something. I said people are scared of going to the court, going to lands commission just to do their due diligence because they don't want to go through the process because they lack the knowledge of how the process looks. I used to tell people, and one time I told myself, I said, you cannot take ownership of what you don't understand. You cannot claim ownership of what you don't own. You cannot claim ownership of what you are not willing to understand. I hope I am making sense this evening. I hope you are understanding my point. You see, one of the big reasons people never own homes is because they simply don't know how. They don't understand the legal process of buying land, verifying documents, or dealing with agents. They might have heard stories of people being scammed. So they stay away completely. But what they don't understand or what they don't know is that ignorance isn't protection, it's limitation. When you are ignorant over something, it doesn't give you the protection over that thing. It limits you from that thing. It limits you over that thing. Yes, I'm not going to debunk the fact that scam doesn't exist. It does. I've been a victim of it. Scam exists. But you see, ignorance is the bigger scam. Ignorance is the bigger scam. It is better to educate yourself before you eliminate your chances. It is better to educate yourself before you eliminate your chances. The other time I was talking to someone and he said he has heard from people saying, I almost bought this land, but the process looked too complicated, so I have to stop. I said, really? Now, do you know that you have spent much more in 7 years rent? Do you understand what I'm saying? You are scared because it is complicated. You are scared because they might scam you. But do you know, every day you've been scared. Every day you are scared, right? You pay more and more and more every day for rent. You see, because after such an experience, right, they wouldn't want to know why they are being scammed or why they got scammed. Because they gave up on the search of owning a property because they got scammed or it was complicated, they quit. They do not go further to ask to know, why was I scammed? Or why was the process so complicated? They just stop trying. And of course, lack of knowledge about the process is a major problem, or the major reasons why a lot of people cannot own a home. I hope I am making I'm making a good point. I hope you are getting value for your time, because of course you are giving me your time, and I have to make sure that you are getting value for your time today. For those of us who just joined us right now, this is the CEO Perspective Podcast. It's a live session, and we are talking about why most people do not own a home and how they can break free from that mindset bondage. If you are getting my point, come on, hit the live comment section. Tell me that you're making a point, and I am getting value, so that I know that you are following and you are getting what I am saying. Okay. Yeah, I love how the people from my Zoom sessions are connecting. I feel really happy right now. Oh, come on! I wish my Facebook people too would pick up and start communicating. Let's know that we are having a beautiful conversation this evening. Let's know that we are having value for our time this evening. I wouldn't want to communicate and not be understood. I hope we are getting it. Okay, we've stated four already. We said number one is lack of financial planning. We said number two is waiting for the perfect time or the dream house. We said number three is fear of responsibility and long-term commitments. We say number four, lack of knowledge about the process. Now, number five, cultural and psychological conditioning. Cultural and psychological conditioning. You see, before my father passed away, he kept on saying something to me. He said, Sam, listen carefully. What your mind believes, your life reflects. What your mind believes, your mind reflects. You see, many people grew up hearing that home ownership is only for people who are old, married, or rich. In fact, I grew up hearing that building a house or buying a property is for the old and for the rich. I remember one time when I told my mother that I was going to buy a land, I will farm on it, and I will sell the I will sell the product from that land. My mom told me, keep quiet. You talk too much. You talk too much. Keep quiet, because they felt that only a land is for the rich and for the old. She could not conceive in her heart and mind that my little boy of yesterday could dream of buying or owning a house. She could not she could not believe it. And okay, let's wait. I said, please take the point again. Okay. I just stated heavy points right now. For your sake, I'll go through it again. We're talking about why most people never own a home and how to break free from that mindset bondage. And we said reason number one was a lack of financial planning. We said reason number two was waiting for the perfect time or the dream house. We said number three, fear of responsibility and long term commitment. And number four, we say lack of knowledge about the process. And we are in number five right now, cultural and psychological conditioning, where we are talking about how people think owning a home and buying a land is for the rich and or for the poor. I mean, for the rich and for the old, not the poor. Sorry, for the rich and for the old. Now, this mindset has kept a lot of people in a cycle of rent and consumerism. This mindset has locked people in a circle of renting all their life. Others expect to inherit land from family, forgetting that land gets divided smaller every generation. Some people also believe that God's time is the best. God's time will bring the house, but they don't act according or towards the God's time. They just believe that in their mind they have this cultural and psychological limitation in their mind that God's time is the best. At the right time, God will make sure that I own a home. At the right time, God will bring the land deal for me and I'll get it. See, let me tell you something. Let me say this to you. Okay. Not until you position yourself for the blessing, it will always pass you by. I will say it again. Not until you position yourself for the blessings to come, you will always miss the blessing. So if you are still thinking that God's time is the best, I want you to think twice. What am I doing to make sure that when God's time comes, I'll be a partaker of God's time? What are you doing to make sure that when that time comes, I will not be found peeling gari, cassava, and forget that God's time has come. I have to buy a property. To be honest with you, on a more serious note, every time is God's time. Your ability to spot that deal, to spot that property, is what makes God's time the best. Yes. I want you to Write this down, which of course I know that you've been taking notes. So add this to what you've learned already. Break the mindset of waiting. Don't inherit poverty by waiting to inherit land. I remember one time when uh, my dad said he was going to disown me because, very funny. At that time, a neighbor came to me that he wants me and few of my friends. So, sir, I know if you see this video, you remember that we should come and help him to push a vehicle somewhere that was stuck in the mud. So we went, and during the course of pushing, it started raining. And of course, because we wanted to make sure that 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 vehicle leaves the the mud, we stayed in the rain and kept pushing. Now, after we succeeded in bringing the car back to the owner's compound, I went to the house, and my dad, who was very hungry with me, said, "Where am I coming from?" I told him, "This was where I've been." And he got angry. He has no child that will be under the rain helping somebody to push a car. That is for the slaves. You see, you cannot inherit anything from me. I said, "I know, but let me tell you something. I, Samuel, has no interest in any of your inheritance. And to be honest with you, I have built much more than my late father had before he passed away, because I developed the mindset of ownership to inheritance. I cultivate the right mindset. I psychologically condition my mind to believe that my father's inheritance is not my ownership. It's not mine to own. Mine is mine. My children would also be instilled in them that my property will only be a stepping stone to a glorious moment for them. They won't have to leverage on inheritance. So cultural and psychological conditioning is a major reason. Major reason. Now let me give you an example again. Let's think of a young man in Accra who says he will start thinking of buying the land when he is 40. When you are 40, do you know by then the land you could have bought for 20,000 cedis will be 80,000 to 100,000 in 2 to 3 years later? I know somebody will think I'm joking. Yes, I remember my first property in Ho. I bought that property for 50,000, and currently it is worth 385,000. The last time it was negotiated. I bought that property 2019. How many years is that? 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 2024. That should be about 4 years or 5 years ago. I have been able to get an appreciation of more than 300% profit. Are you still going to limit yourself from owning that property that you want today? Do you still want to be locked in the cultural and psychological conditioning of your mind? I'm surprised. I hope I'm teaching. I hope I am communicating. I hope I am interacting with you guys today. Please, if you are getting me, say, comment on the comment section that I am getting value. I am getting value. Yes, the Facebook is coming. The Zoom is giving me More vim, more vim, more vim. Yeah. So let's let's proceed, right? Let's proceed. Do you know that most of the time people will tell you that the ones you've the properties you've owned are enough for you. It is unnecessary to continue buying. But this is because these people do not have the same mindset you have cultivated. So if you know the direction you are going to, it is very important that you are careful with the people you take such financial advice from so that you still do not fall a victim of that burden. Okay, yes. You're getting value. Amma, you are getting value. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. It shows you're following. That's nice. Okay, now let's proceed to number 6, right? Underestimating inflation and property appreciation. This is how I have been able to accumulate wealth. This is how I have been able to build wealth. I told my employees just few days ago, I said, land waits for no man. The price always moves forward. Price waits for no man. In other sense, land is not a respecter of anybody. If you don't buy now, you pay more later. I'm telling you. It will surprise you to know that people assume that the price of land will remain stable. Well, let me bust your bubbles. It has never been so since the first market crash in 2008. People say that let me wait today and buy next year. But do you know in Africa, real estate appreciates fast, especially in growing urban or suburban areas. While people are waiting for salary to increase, the market has already moved 2 to 3 years ahead. Imagine the numbers I've been quoting and stating all this while. People who bought land with me those days at the East Legon Hills can say right now that, Sam, thank you very much for making us to buy this property because they've gotten much more value in appreciation from the land they bought. Come on, guys. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Right? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Okay. Now I want you to please pull this down so that you don't forget. Land doesn't get cheaper. If you can afford something today, even a plot of land from the outskirts, buy it. Today's price might be outrageous, but should I tell you something? You see tomorrow's price. You see that tomorrow is more expensive. Today's price might be outrageous, but tomorrow is very, very expensive. The land you got a price of 10,000 today can never be 10,000 next month. Quote me anywhere. The land you've gone to ask for the price has changed. Let me just inform you beforehand. You have to go back to the buyer, to the sellers, so that they'll give you the new price because you won't get it in that price again. It's just fact. I'm not being strict. I'm being genuine and direct with you. Very, very. Let me tell you a simple story again. You know, someone had a chance to buy a land from me 2020 right, for 50,000 Ghana cedis at Tema around the Central University in 2020 and could not. He said he had to let the property go because he wants to buy Uber. I said, okay, it is well. Now, he called me last week to know if that property is still there. I told him, well, that has been sold, but there are more in that area. But do you know how much we are selling now? He said, how much? He said, 150,000. He said, what? Just 2020 to 2025, 5 years? I said, yes. That is where, that is how the person did not just lose, but regretted not buying that property. Because imagine if he had bought it, he wants to buy Uber today. How much is Uber? 75,000, you get an Uber car. And you are selling that same land today. You sell it for 150,000. First of all, you keep your capital, the 50,000, and you will not sell, use the 100,000 to go and buy the car, register it and give it, and you still have change on top. This is what we are talking about. Because people do not understand how the market works, they underestimate the inflation and the appreciation of the property. Let me tell you the truth. Most people don't fail to own a home because they are poor. They fail because they lack a plan. They fear the process. And they believe the lie that they have more time. Before I close this first section and go into how we can break free from this bondage of not owning a home and be comfortable with rental properties, with renting, I want you to please listen to me carefully. It is the time, now is the time for you to wake up from your financial slumber. Paying rent could be convenient until you are evicted and have to go through the hustle of house hunting. I want you to give it a try. Move your mindset from renting to ownership. And I can assure you, you won't regret it. You know, it's actually not wrong to start small. Everybody, so many people want to start big. They want to own 1 acre instead of owning 1 plot. They want to own 2 plots instead of owning half a plot. My mentor used to tell me, Mr. Wisdom, he said, Sam, when I got married, I moved from my father's house to rent. But I had the mindset that I only stay 2 years living as a tenant. And from my tenancy period, I moved to 2 bedroom. And today, I am living in a 4 bedroom mansion in the heart of East Legon. I'll tell you for the fact. There is absolutely nothing wrong in building small for shelter and build comfort tomorrow. There is nothing, absolutely nothing wrong in starting small and growing big. Come on. I hope you guys are still with me. I hope I'm I'm giving you value for for your time you have given me today. I hope I'm giving you the value. If you're still with me and you are getting value, type value on the comment section. Type value on the comment section. So, okay. Now, I want you to start preparing your questions. Start preparing your questions for me. I'm so much willing and ready to engage in a question and answer section with you today. So get ready, get ready. So now let's talk about how you can break this cycle of not owning a house and take your first step to ownership. I'll say that again. How you can break this cycle of renting to ownership. Number one, create a home ownership plan. Set a 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years goal. Break it into monthly or weekly savings. You can use digital savings tools or join cooperatives like my Ghana people will say. You can join Susu to save to buy land. It is possible. Save 100 cities. Join Susu that they will tell you 10 people to pack so amount, 20 people to pack, as long as it is liable enough, as long as it is good enough and you trust the people who are involved, engage in it. You can talk to your bank. Talk to, just like I do. I spoke with my bank. I told them, I said, I want you to create a savings plan in my savings account, deduct certain amount into the thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, my big uncle is in the house, is in the comment section. I feel really proud. I feel really excited. Thank you very much. Yeah, so talk to them to remove certain amount from your salary every month to that savings. You can title it that the savings is, the goal is to buy a land. The goal is to buy a car. Sorry, not a car, a house. The goal is to buy a property. However, you are comfortable in doing it, I would advise that you do it. So, number two, start small and start now. Start small and start now. Now, buy land in emerging areas. It will surprise you to know that in Ho currently, the real estate sector in Volta region, Ho precisely, is growing rapidly. The real estate sector in Ho is growing. I have seen the market. I have feel and taste of the market. And to be honest with you, the potentials Ho is betting. Volta region is betting at the moment in real estate is mind blowing. You can take out your time, go to go to whole Volta region, buy a property from a trusted agent or landowners, or you can buy from a reputable companies like the Samyauche Company Limited. The Samyauche deals with house development and property management as well. You can go to them. They can help you get a more genuine land. They also deal in lands in Ho and Accra as well. You can contact them. Go and contact. They will give you more details about how you can start a process of owning a property today. I'll say it again. Volta region is betting potentials. So number three, learn land and property system. Don't assume. If there's something I feel so proud about myself is I hate to assume. Assumption is not part of my core value. I don't assume. I know what I know, and I don't know what I don't know. I don't assume I know them. To be honest, I don't assume I know them. So attend seminars, connect with legal experts. Let me tell you, this was one of my major problems when I started real estate. My major problem, I wasn't dealing with reputable landowners. I wasn't using a legal expertise. I was just doing it from my own uh, mind and ideology, and it backfire. So I wouldn't want you to be so. I wouldn't want you to get yet another bad experience from owning your home, because I want you to own a home today, right? I want you to uh, conduct due diligence before purchase. Don't give anybody money. Don't give anybody money if you've not seen the land with your koro eye, your two eyes. Don't. You can connect with reputable real estate companies to walk you through every process. Like I said, Samuel Chair Properties and Homes are one reliable company that I can boast about. Listen, I value my integrity, and I won't introduce something that you will not be proud of as well. So let's not waste more time. Let's go to number 4. Change your mindset. Stop saying I can't. Start with saying how can I? Thank you very much, my big uncle. I see you're still here. I'm very, very happy. Thank you, and thank you very much. Okay, shift from renting mentality to ownership mindset. Shift from the renting mentality to ownership mindset. Let me tell you, owning a home will give you so many opportunities. The bank will chase you when they know you have good properties in a vantage location. That's for that. You have more surety, you have more assets. You can say it, maybe you want to apply for um, you're applying for a visa. You can declare that you have certain property in certain environment, and because that property has grown over time to become a valuable piece of asset, you could and might get that visa you want. So number 5, partner or co-invest. This is one thing I have been emphasizing on. It is not wrong to partner and co-invest. I have this friend of a friend of mine who has been doing well in this area, partnering to grow, right? I think there's this lady, a nurse, that also bought land where I own a property at the East Legon Hills. She bought with a nurse friend, and they bought one plot together that they divided it into two, and she's building a beautiful piece of home on a other half of the plot. She leveraged on partner and co-investing. So you can do the same. You can share ownership transparently and legally. So number 6, leverage government and developer plans. Let me tell you, look into government housing scheme. Explore verified private estate development that developers that offers installment plan. There are a lot of them, a lot. You can do a search, check on the reviews, see what people are talking about this company. Again, I recommend Samuel Archer to you. Go to them, ask them what they are working on. I think they are working on a 2-bedroom house right now in Ho and Accra. You can go and ask them what they are doing, right? So, having said all this, I want to give you a real life scenario, just real quick. I hope you have prepared your question for me. I want you to ask me. Let's grow, let's communicate, let's interact together. Right now, let's consider a young teacher in Ibadan who has saved 20,000 naira monthly in 2 years, she would have bought a plot of land and start building a single room and break free from being a tenant. Tenancy comes with so much trouble. Insult from your landlord. When something is damaged, you have to pay. You're also spending money. Money you are scared of spending for yourself, for your own building, for your own property. You're spending it for another. You see, so you can also think of this a scenario from another dimension. Three friends in Nairobi who contributed jointly to buy 1 acre. Now they have divided it and each of them have started building. This talks about the power of co-investing and partnership. This is what it's talking about. When you put yourself together to buy a piece of land, to 1 acre, one plot, two plots, however your capability is, and divide them into, it makes things more easier for you. It makes things so easier for you, right? I used to tell people that starting is the problem. When you start, finishing will be easy for you. Starting is the major problem, right? Now let's think of a man from Accra who thinks he's paying just 60,000 Ghana cedis rent in a year and is paying nothing. But when he comes to realize that in 5 years, he would have paid over 300,000 Ghana cedis in 5 years. Over 300. 300,000 will give you a good, comfortable, not luxurious, but good and comfortable 2 bedroom if built for yourself. I mean, by yourself. It will give you a very good. He wouldn't know. Now, he has used that motivation to buy a land in Accra and now he is building. You see, as Africans, not until we find ourselves in distress, we don't take things into consideration. I wonder why. Not until we don't find ourselves in trouble, we don't consider leveraging on other things. We don't. So I want you all to be charged today. I hope you've gotten something from this conversation today. Go and make me proud. Go and own that property. I want to see more testimonies from these conversations today. I hope you've gotten value for your time today. I hope you've gotten value. Now it is the question and answer segment. The questions are coming already from Zoom, and I'm really happy it is coming. I also want to have few from Facebook. If you are there, send me your questions while I attend to the Zoom before the Facebook will come in. Now, this is from Na. Okay, she's saying, sir, what if I don't earn much? Can someone earning minimum wage really own property? Now, absolutely. Listen, it is not about how much you earn. It is how much or how you plan with what you earn. If you save 100 cedis every month for 5 years, you'll be able to buy a piece of land. If you say 5 years is too much for you, you can take the money you've saved for a year or two and make a deposit into a property. Make a deposit. When you deposit money for a property, right, it gives you more leverage over the property. It gives you more zeal to work hard and finish paying. So yes, right, absolutely. You can, with the right plans, with the right saving strategy, you can buy a property or a land, even though you are earning minimum wage. Okay, let me go to the second. Asamoah. Okay, Asamoah said, Mr. Sam, is it wise to buy land far away from the city? Very, 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 very capital letter yes. Don't mind me. Yes, Asema, yes. As long as the area is growing and there's development potentials. Let me tell you something. Today's outskirts are tomorrow's hotspot. Like I said before, the land I bought in Ho, those times when Ho was still under development in the powerhouse area there. I bought it those times and people were insulting me. Why did I buy it? Right now, it's a nut cake. I tell you, people want it, but I'm not willing to sell. I bought it for my son, so that property belongs to him. So you see, it is very, 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 very important. You can also consider places like Ubejuleki, Oyibi, Achi Rivers in Kenya. They were once all a far, far away places. Look at Ayimesa currently. When we went to Ayimesa, it was all bush. Right now, the last time I told someone I own properties in Ayimesa, I decided to shut up. I don't know what I'm saying, but it is the truth because I understood the potential of growth. That is why I went there. So you can also consider buying a property like that. Asamoah, okay, yes, this is coming from Nina. Okay, say thank you very much, sir. How do I avoid land scams? That's a great question, Nina. Now, I want you to do these three things, right? One, always verify document with your local land registry. Go to the Lands Commission. I told you, go to the court. I have been a victim of land scam, so it is very important I tell you. I remember buying a land at the airport area, got scammed. Went buying a land at Dansuma, got scammed. So I can tell you, do due diligence and you will not fail. Work with registered surveyors. It is very important. With lawyers, not just agents. And then if you are unsure, start with established estates or cooperative society that have good track records. Yes, I recommend Samuel Chet to you again. Go and follow them, ask them these questions now. They are there to attend to you. Jim, so Jim said, should I take a loan or mortgage to buy land or a home? Jim, now, if the terms are reasonable and won't choke your cash flow, yes. But only take a loan if the interest rate is manageable. I beg you. Only take a loan if the interest rate is manageable. If you have a stable income, take a loan. And if you are investing in something that will appreciate, debt is a tool. I know you want me to say debt. I've learned that it's not debt, it is debt. So learn today. Debt is a tool. Use it wisely and not emotionally. I hope I answered you, Jim. Okay, best of luck, my brother. Number 5, they say, what if I buy land and can't build for 5 to 10 years? You still make more money. Your money still appreciates. The value is still gotten. It's perfect to buy land and can't build. It's okay. Because land is not like cars that loses value. Even if you don't build immediately, you can fence it, put a caretaker or plant trees. You can fence it, resell it later for profit. You can also use it as collateral. The key is not to own it early, right? The key is to build wealth through buying of properties, right? Building can come in phases. Buildings can come bit by bit. The way I started, I can share it with you. how I started building. My first house, I bought the land, left it. Then I looked for someone to stay on the land for some time, and I went to raise money. I went to put chippings on the land. I got another money, went to put sand on the land, and that was it. The next thing was foundation, and I can boast that I have so many houses, and I'm proud to say you can also start that way. You can also leverage on this understanding to build wealth and break free, most especially from the barrier of owning a home. Now, we're about to put today's session to a close. It's been a wonderful 1 hour already. I feel really happy. I feel really excited. Facebook, we didn't get your questions today. I hope next time you'll be more prepared. I really do hope. You get. Now, before I end this live, I want you to please listen carefully to me. Please. Renting is a convenience. Ownership is a strategy. You don't have to be rich. You just have to be ready. Even if you start small, please start somewhere. Okay? Your future family will thank you for the decisions you make today. I keep telling myself, my son will thank me tomorrow for the decisions I am making for him today. And I also want your children to thank you just as mine will be grateful. And if this message spoke something to you, if you have learned from this conversation and message today, I want you to please share this live with someone you care about. Please drop a comment saying, I choose to home. And then lastly, follow me, because I'm going to be sharing more practical real estate and mindset content like this every week. Every Wednesday, I'm going to be live. Every Saturday, we post new episodes on our podcast. And I want you to please follow me so that you get much more updates. I have been Samuel More Grace Edegagba. And as I have always say, I am on a mission to raise a generation of Africans who build legacy through ownership and not consumption. If you are that person, you are so intentional with growing, follow me on this journey and let's grow together. It's been a wonderful section today. I feel really fulfilled that I've been able to give an insight and break the obstacles of rent, or the obstacles of owning a home from your mindset today. Follow me. I want to get more follow from this video. And if you are replaying this video, please comment value so that I know you are here. Like, share, and follow. Let's take this journey together seriously. I want to see you at the top. Don't forget, take care of your health. Health, they say, is wealth, and wealth is health. Thank you very much. God bless you.